Now we're going to work with sewer lines. So as you can see, we're going to start on page 1-14. Sewer lines and Bentley Power Civil Water Sewer are a gravity fed system. We don't support pumps of any nature. And the workflow is very similar to doing water lines. We're going to establish the lines first. Then we're going to place nodes at various locations along a line, breaking that line up into a segment or multiple segments. A segment being a piece of pipe going from one node to another. So after we add the lines, then the nodes, next we could profile it. A very similar workflow. So turn to page 1-14 and we're going to kind of begin right there on adding a sewer line. So back in my design file, baseplan.dgn, the red lines indicate the sewer system. And again, if I review my subdivision plan, you can see that I'm running the sewer system down the middle of the site and flowing out to the bottom. So go ahead and turn my reference file back off for now. And I'm going to zoom into what I intend to make as the first line. So here you can see I've drawn an element. It's a complex element, so it's made up of several elements chained together, an arc and a line. And I'm going to assign this as sewer line 1. So I can grab the sewer line add tool under water sewer, lines, sewer, and add. I'll accept the default naming convention. A description again is optional. We'll click OK, and it brings up the sewer line dialog. Now very similar to the water line dialog, we set up the alignment based on a chain from coordinate geometry or a graphical element. So I'll select the graphical element by clicking the select button and then choosing the element in the design file. Following my prompts, I can see it says to accept the chain element, so that would require a left mouse click. Then the arrows appear determining flow direction, and it's important for a sewer line to determine the correct flow. So I'm going to point down, as it will be traveling down towards the bottom. The next step would be to set up the size. We have the similar options as before. We have user-defined pipe and library-defined pipe, just like in Waterline, where we have a water sewer library that contains pre-set up pipes that we can just choose from, or we can kind of set them up in the user-defined pipe one at a time in the size. Or water sewer can design the size. We do sewer hydraulics, so therefore we can design the size based on the available sizes you have in your library. We'll do user-defined pipe the first time, or I'm sorry, library-defined pipe, and choose type PVC and item 10-inch sewer. Minimum clearance between other pipes for conflict analysis will be 2. Again, I'd like to point out that the PVC 10-inch sewer is a library item, and it's tied to a pay item from the Design and Computation Manager, so it will draw it appropriately. It's got the appropriate diameter, roughness, thickness, and slope, minimum slope, as well as trench details. So at this point I'm ready to click Apply. So I click Apply and it creates sewer line SL1. Now we'll continue to create other sewer lines, and then I'll come back and we'll do the nodes. So let me fit to view here. Right from the sewer line dialog, I can add another one. There's an icon in the top portion of the dialog. It'll automatically jump to the next available line ID. Click OK. And this time I'm going to select the element connecting into sewer line 1. So I'll click Select, select the element that connects to sewer line 1, and you'll notice that it's a complex element again that starts all the way up at the northern end of our subdivision and connects all the way to the bottom. So instead of drawing one segment and assigning a line to each segment, I'm going to create one big line with multiple vertices or breaks, and I'm going to then, when I place the nodes, break that line up into segment. So it just speeds up the process in designating sewer lines for the program. I don't have to do each line individually. I could create complex elements and make my job a little easier. Again, I'm going to use library defined pipe and 8-inch. So select the element, accept it. That way you'll get the flow direction, and again I want to flow towards the bottom solid data point using my left mouse button as the arrows are pointing in the appropriate direction. Click Apply, and that adds sewer line 2. You'll notice on page 1-16 in your manual that there's a table with various sewer lines, their type, description, size, and clearance information. There's also a picture on the middle of page 1-16. I'm going to go by this picture to add the rest in. Sewer line number 3, select that element, appropriate flow direction, and that is an 8-inch sewer as well. Sewer line number 4, coming in from the east, again an 8-inch sewer. Sewer line number 5, that's an element on the western side. I'll flow that into the main trunk as a 6-inch. And sewer line number 6, again this will be a 6-inch over here on the east side. And finally sewer line number 7 along the top, and a 6-inch there as well. So you can see, using the library, it's quite easy to quickly add these in once you've kind of done the main layout of your system. So I've now added all the sewer lines for this particular project. The next step is to create sewer nodes, and that'll be next.